Hello, SpartanPhil here, about to play some Warframe. I just want to give you a quick introduction to who I am. I have been playing Warframe from since like it began in 2013 of April, but kind of had a bit of a break in between on it, was able to play it, and I came back to play it when they did the deal with Twitch with Amazon Prime and all that kind of just came together for me. I'd gotten Amazon Prime, and it was like, hey, you can get Twitch Prime if you've got Amazon Prime. So I'm like, sure. And it's like, hey, if you've got a Twitch Prime, you'll get a free Frost Warframe, Frost Prime with that. And I'm like, huh, maybe I should start playing Warframe. So I've been playing Warframe ever since. So I've been learning a lot about Warframe and all the things they've been doing. I think about a couple months before Plains of Eidolon came out. So I went from having Loki, who was the one I picked up when I first started playing. It was the only Warframe I had, to Frost Prime. Now I've got, I can show you how many of those I've got. So this is me, and let's do some Warframe. Yes. Okay, so let's switch that up. Boom, boom. Alright, so right now I've got Loki Prime. I'm not sure how to put it, Bo. I decided to get so Loki Prime and Ember Prime got unvaulted, so I decided to get that package. Tax return and just the first of the year. My birthday was last month, and my wife was nice enough to let me get it, so to speak. And also, I think it would make it interesting. I've also gone from when I first started playing with just Loki and Frost Prime to amassing quite a bit of Warframes. So I've got Loki that I started out with, Frost Prime, added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 Warframes. There's the Worm Prime that I got with a package. It came with Bow Prime and I can't know, it says Sicarus Prime. I'm not good at the pronunciation. I was saying Orican for the longest time until I heard the dev call it Orokin, which I thought is a more interesting way of saying it in a way, which is kind of how it's spelled. So what I've been doing and what I've found is doing defense missions helps me level up fast. And there's one mission in particular that I usually play quite often is Saturn, and it's Helena, I guess. I found that to be the most useful way to level up, because I've noticed that people actually go there, and you could if you go at least to 10, and you can at least level everything up twice. Now I've gone and purchased the 30-day both the resource for the money for credit boosts and the affinity boost, just to make it that much easier. Just leveling up Warframes. I've already got to MR11, and I'm like a little bit more halfway to MR12. So kind of excited about that. I'm also going to talk about things that I've learned. As far as my primary weapons, I've done quite a bit. I have formatted a couple of them, but the one I've worked really hard on was the Opticore that I formatted 6 times, and it's not bad. As you can see, it can do 12k, at least 12k, over 12k of corrosive damage. And this is basically what I've got so far. As far as my what are these mods, the sharing stuff with the laser prime laser rifle with this with the Sentinel, Opticore. So I mean, the damage is pretty good, but the thing that it's a rifle. It's also 2:30 in the morning. Kind of tired, but I wanted to do a video because I'm streaming on Twitch, SpartanPhil. I've been interested in doing that for a long time, and I did some last year, but I'm trying to do that more now. So one of the things I was recommended was to do a video on YouTube, do a couple of instructional videos on how to do stuff, and basically just put me out there so you know who I am, what I'm about, stuff I can do. Just so if you're interested in watching me on Twitch, it's back to the Opticore. Formatted it a couple times, 6 times as I said. It does over 12k damage. The downside to the Opticore is that it's you have to have punch through just to get multiple enemies, or you just line them up because it's a laser just shoots through late people. But I found that I went through crafting the Arca Plasmor, which is a heck of a shotgun. It's a plasma shotgun, and it just obliterates. I can show you. I'm gonna do a mission. I'm gonna show you how easy it is to run through. I'm in the process of forming it. I think this is the 3rd time. Second, yeah, it's the 2nd forma. So I've leveled up 3 times. I really like the. So I've been doing radiation damage with the Plasmor, which I think kind of because it natively does only radiation damage, opposed to like where the Opticore has the option to put more damage types in there. So, but I leveled up both the elemental damage, so you combine heat and electricity, and that makes radiation. And I got the standard point blank damage for shotgun mod, and then I put blaze because it adds 60% damage plus 60% heat, which goes to the radiation. So it works out nicely. I got 16 more, so I'm trying to figure out which is probably Hell's Chamber, which, as you can see, it's already given me 11k of damage. So I could add more. I'm not sure how much more it will let me add as far as damage goes once I level it up completely. But usually I've been putting like the fire rate goes up, and just the more you can fire, the more damage you can do. Not sure if there's any more damage types I could add to it, other than the critical damage, which is also really good, which I think I've got. But I also do tactical pump, which is also increases the reload speed, which I think is useful because if you're waiting to reload, it's probably one of the more annoying things about any sort of a weapon is having to reload it and you're waiting. So then upgrading or leveling up the bow prime, which actually when I started out with Loki, I did actually the bow, which I think was one of the weapons that came with it. I think back in the day when it was like one map, I remember. I got quite a bit of melee weapons. My favorite by far is the glaive. If I said that right, because I've got it where it could do some pretty significant damage. Because it's I done corrosive damage. Corrosive seems to be my favorite as far as damage types. It's also what's been recommended. But whenever I'm doing missions as far as leveling stuff up on Helena, I like to make sure I've got at least one. So you can actually go through most of these and you get through two. You can pretty much level these completely up, especially if you have got the resource booster on, or resource booster, the infinity booster on. You can level up most stuff from 1 to 30 by running the mission twice, at least getting up to 10 as far as the rounds go, because Helena is a defense mission. So that's typically my bread and butter is the glaive, just because it's easy to. I mean, it's a weapon you can throw. So that's why I'm excited about the package with the equipping. It's like, just play already. It's getting the glaive prime, which should be fun because I think it does a bit more damage than its predecessor. So I just gotta level up with the bow prime, and then I'll move on to that one. And then dump all my stuff into Great Prime. I think I'm gonna enjoy. I finally was able to get War. I got lucked out big time. Before the glaive, I was playing with Broken War. Ooh, a helmet alerts. And it was a pretty badass weapon. And then I got lucky when I was playing Helena. Someone took out it was getting attacked by the Stalker, and it dropped the blueprints for War, and I was pretty lucky. Because I think the times I've been attacked by the Stalker, I end up dying. And it's not like he surprised me. It was just like I was just trying, and it just didn't work out for me. Kept the upper hand, and I died. I'm like, no. So let's get to it. So run through Helena. I like the fact you can choose between like which one to do. I'm just gonna do the regular mission. Just easier to show you. Typically when you drop in, either you'll drop into somebody else's already going on. So I think you can hear they're already working on it. Yeah. Whee! Okay, so I think there's an Ember. Okay. Run a mission with them. So, as you see, the plasma way it shoots just like vaporizes the enemy, which I think is so awesome.
Transference still holding.
Very much like how mobile Warframes are. Oops. No. I haven't really kept it. There we go. Oh, see, it's very good at riot control, which I like. Whereas the optic core, it's kind of line of sight, so if they're all like lined up, they someone's got them on explode. It's cool. There, you have to line them up to shoot them. Whereas with the Arcoplasmor, it can kind of a arc, so to speak. So you can take out like a bunch of enemies that are standing close to each other. So one of my favorite, when I was using the Opticore, I usually use the Ubin. Just do the it's like his little black hole thing. Let's see, where it all crunches them into one little ball, and then it just shoot the ball with the Opticore, takes them out. It's pretty effective at just taking out bosses. I mean, I've done a few boss assassination missions, and the Opticore is just phenomenal taking out the bosses. So this similarly does as much damage with like 11k. It's effective against them. It's not very useful against the Juggernaut, which ironically enough, what I've found out is the best weapon I use against your operator's void blaster thing. Not sure what it's called. Your little mode amp can take him out pretty well. So I got some what heat the Juggernaut drops, so I was kind of surprised. But not other bosses. Just doing a little of this and a little of that. So I definitely consider wanting to do some more streaming in the future. Probably at the same time I indicated Wednesday. So, it's like you just kind of glide around the map in Warframe. I mean, you can like run around in other games, but like you see, I'm almost, I was at like, I think, it's probably 27 coming into this, and it's not even wave 5, and I'm already, about to max out the Loki Prime Warframe. Which is cool. So if you're formatting something, I've spent like days formatting the, I don't even say that, using Forma, the Optic Core on this map. Over a few missions, go through, level it up. Especially when you're trying to do Forma, and it takes a while to level up a weapon, because the, defense missions are probably the best for it, because you level up your weapons based on how many kills you get. So it's useful to be able to do defense missions to do that, since you're getting, I mean, I guess extermination missions work as well, but between the community, it seems to be a pretty good one, and it's also a very small map, as you can see. So as far as picking up loot, usually leave this on. Helps me to find all the loose mods that are just hanging out.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Just waiting. Battle. I've got up to 20 waves.
Keep fighting.
In this map, because depending on what people are doing, especially if they're like really there, because there's other people that playing publicly want to do the same thing I'm doing, is level up their stuff. So it's nice to have that community. I love Warframe's community. It's awesome. There's been a few people that have been I wouldn't say they're mean. It's just they get kind of persnickety, I guess. Like if they're trying to do something. Like when I was playing with Frost Prime, I threw up the little ice shield bubble, and typically they didn't really appreciate it, because it's a one-way shield, so you can fire out from it but not in. So when the enemy gets into the middle of the bubble, so I've had a lot of people ask me, can you take your shield down so we can shoot the bad guys? And I'm like, sure thing. Which is easy, because you just gotta use, which took me a while to figure out, but you use your first ability as Frost Prime to break it, which also kind of does a bonus too. As the bubble explodes, it also kind of does damage to the enemy, which I thought was pretty cool. So if you're in a pinch and you put the shield up and there's an enemy all around the shield and you just want to quickly get rid of them, or at least damage them enough, you just throw one in from the outside. You use your first ability, which is basically just the free, if you target an enemy, it just freezes them. But with the shield and that first ability, it kind of makes like this ice explosion, kind of blast damage, kind of AoE effect, which is kind of cool. So. And the mission can last a bit. Just getting a rhythm, listening to music helps me, because it just, after a while, it gets very formulaic and can be a bit boring. Especially when you just kind of, I don't want to say like I guess I kind of do that. Kind of go and autopilot when playing. Just very minimum thinking what I'm doing, which is funny because it'll bring me out of it when like a what are those things called, the knocks, when they show up. They'll surprise me because they're pretty. Takes a few hits to get them. So, as you can see, there's another reason why I want to add the reload and fire rate and the reload speed. So probably end up doing reload speed first, just so that way I can kind of roll more without having to switch to melee. That's also a nice thing about Warframe with leveling up like a secondary. You don't necessarily need to fire it to level it up, because it's all based on how many kills you get while you're holding a weapon. Which I think before you actually had to use the weapon to level it up and how many kills that actual weapon got. But like if you get to a map and the people you're playing with are just beasts and they're just taking out the enemy and you don't even get to kill anything, you're not going to level up anything. But because they basically just a party as a group, how many you destroy, I guess you get credit for as far as assists or whatever. So to a degree you can kind of get carried playing, which I end up 9 times out of 10 when I play certain maps I end up being carried, because I mean I'm not an exceptional Warframe player, but there are some pretty stellar Warframe players out there. There's a few I watch on Twitch that I follow. I'm always impressed, and they're super nice. Whew, sorry. Starting to lose my voice. Oh, right on the wall. Let's see. Ooh, I'm almost done. I think I'll bail at 10, depending on what group consensus. 9 times out of 10, they're leave at 10. I think it's just easier because I think as you get to 15 or 20, you up the ante, especially with any defense mission. Because you could play and get all this stuff at 10, and you're like, oh, I can do 15, and then everyone leaves you and you're by yourself, and you're like, oh, I got this, I can handle it. But then you end up losing the mission, and then you lose everything. So it's a big, like, Willy Wonka. You get nothing. So all that time spent is, like, wasted. So when, like, everyone leaves, it's like, okay, let's leave. Which I end up having to do. Okay. Or, even worse, if you decide, oh, I don't have to play, I'm going to go AFK while they do this. If you don't select something, whether you're to stay or to leave, and, like, hypothetically, everyone leaves but you, you'll, the same effect as if you, failed the mission, you won't get anything. So you could have been playing for, you know, all 9 rounds, but because if you like went AFK at the last round and you don't select anything, like you're in the middle and everyone else selected you know, to extract, and you're just kind of stuck there without selecting anything, you get nothing. So it's another reason why not to go AFK, because I've seen people that'll just stand there, hang out in the corner, but it doesn't happen very often, and it usually, you know, no, I don't think anyone just, and that's kind of boring just to play and leave it. But I don't see it at all. To be honest, I haven't seen anyone go really AFK. I've had to go AFK a couple times just simply because I'm I've got a 2-year-old and my wife works. I work part-time, so she'll I'll have to watch her and have to change a diaper or something, and I'll have to go AFK for that. So, you know, the standard. He just clears enemies out. I love it. I like Loki's radial disarm. It's really useful. Well, when I was working on MR11 a while ago, I had to get latch kills, and I've been using everyone else but Loki until I get in a form I use Loki. I mean, he pretty much can be like Spider-Man and just hang out and get as many kills as, you know, needed for the Revan. I think the tricky one is doing it without being detected. But I mean, so you can stick, but also you can do the radial disarm, which if they're attacking the thing in the middle, where you're supposed to be defending, they're gonna come down and try to attack it because they don't have weapons. That Noxus, crazy guy. That's so crazy. I always wonder what the other players think when I come storming through with the. I'm sure if they're grateful or like, oh, you stole my kill. Because I'm a nice guy, I don't want to do that, but I'm just kind of like going through.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Nope, yep, that's what I thought.
Very impressive.
Oh,
Tenno.
stretchy
You held them all
after
back.
that.
Time
So,
to get out of here.
got a few. Oh wow, looks like I did the most damage. That's cool. I always like to see. Did I do that? It's I've got so many Gorgon blueprints. It's hilarious. Yeah, so I already maxed out Loki, maxed out that Sicarus Prime. Almost got the Arcus Plasmor back up. So if I played again, I could probably upgrade those. So that's basically it. Any questions or any other, I won't say concerns, but I mean, I can more than willing to play. I'm always up to play, because typically I'm playing on Helena. So if you want to play on Helena, I'm probably down to play, unless I'm doing something else. But I'll do some of the alerts, especially the Niatan extracts, because there's a couple things that I'm working on that need that in particular. And I think there's only a few missions. I guess Luna, Plato, it does 9-10 extracts, but you have to be, because of the caches, you have to find all 3, and then you'll get the chance of getting 1 per mission. So that is another option, but mostly they come through the alerts, and there's one at least once a day, if not twice a day. I think there's been 2 today, but I think because I played earlier and I played right now. And then, so I guess maybe every 12 hours, maybe. I don't know. Maybe more. Who knows? So that's basically it. I'm on Twitch, SpartanPhil, easy peasy. I'm gonna try streaming more, so you can watch a live broadcast. And I'm more than happy to play. Just send me an invite. SpartanPhil is also my Warframe name. I recently changed it. It used to be Fun with Guns, but now I wanted to have them be the same, so it's just easy to remember. So this is Warframe, and I'm SpartanPhil.